Episode 20: The Future of Work, the Product Manager of the Future. We look to the future as we have dreams and aspirations to live a fulfilling and rewarding life. Part of the process of getting to that future point is to accomplish many great things along the way in our careers. Our education, our various degrees and diplomas do not prepare us to continuously overcome challenges and level up at work. The qualifications get us to that first job interview, and we are then on our own to forge forward and paint out our blank canvas with where we want to be. Very few people go beyond just dreaming. They do not think about how to get there, what steps they need to take, what hurdles will come across their way, and how they may need to sometimes sidetrack or pivot to take even a longer route to get to that destination. Early in the product manager's career, there is some shyness and low confidence in talking about one's career ambitions. As the saying goes, the world is your oyster. Everyone has the opportunity to achieve great success in their life. As a product manager, you should know that the career progression playbook has changed. In 2016, I was asked to lead a cutting-edge piece of work. I knew why I was picked to build that product, but I wanted to work on something else, and I asked the product head to assign it to someone else. The response was unexpected. There are people who are comfortable doing what they do and cannot be thrown into the deep end to figure things out. They cannot deal with uncertainty so late in their careers and are not willing to invest time to pick up new skills and will most certainly look for another role if they're pushed down this path. At that time, I was already well past my 30s and thought, you must be kidding me. We are all in the prime of our lives, and with the digital evolution kicking on in full steam, what am I hearing? That my co-workers do not want to learn new skills and supercharge their careers? They are trading career growth for job stability? These were the questions which I had in my mind. As the years went by, most of my co-workers continued to do what they were doing, but their jobs became harder and harder. Why, you may ask? Well, because digital transformation pushes the boundaries and touches every process in the company. It's just a matter of time. Eventually, everyone needs to upskill themselves with new knowledge and new tools to do their jobs. A mindset refresh and the need to stay relevant when there is no choice forces us to adapt and survive. The pandemic has taught us that the ways of working have changed and accelerated into a new norm where remote working is here to stay. Companies are looking at the impact of remote working, employee safety, and interpersonal engagement very closely. The cost and revenues of the business are being assessed, and it's out there in the open that reduced office space is indeed on the cards as cost rationalization takes on the focus. Product managers have an overwhelming time ahead of them. PMs oversee critical activities ensuring that products continue to be sold and new products where desired continue to be developed. On top of that, they need to be supporting their customers who are also going through an unprecedented change. As product managers continue to work remotely and engage their teams and clients from home, they are coming to grips with the fact that many clients are also in the same situation of having to work from home, and this means less physical face time with clients, no in-person meetings or coffee catch-ups. Every engagement has moved online. This new normal is accelerating the future of work and shaping a new outlook for product managers on what the future of work could look like. The future of work prior to the pandemic was geared towards which jobs could be automated through artificial intelligence and robotic process automation. The OECD, the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, has now defined the future of work as: the future of work is now. Digitalisation and globalisation have sparked radical shifts in how we live and work. The coronavirus COVID-19 crisis has accelerated these beyond anything we could have imagined. These changes raise essential questions about the precarity of our jobs, the support available if we are unable to work or retire, the skills we need for current and future jobs, the quality of those jobs, and what voice we have in shaping these outcomes. The crystal ball, if only we had one. In the years ahead, the role of a product manager will evolve significantly into something more special forces like, where the PM will need to have a mesh of varied skill sets covering both business and technology. A move away from the tradition where product managers were more focused and did not get too involved on the technology aspects. There are many factors which are pointing to this new world of product management, and we will also see a convergence of roles and more reliance on the product managers to be skilled up to take a more consultative led approach in managing developing new products. Fewer roles and increased accountability. The product owner role could merge into the product manager's role. This is one of the first steps of removing the blurred lines across business, technology, and execution. When a product manager takes on the role of the product owner, the person has moved one step closer to thinking like an engineer and looking at execution holistically. Requirements would now have to have more thought and details behind them. It is very much possible that in the future it will be given that the product manager and the product owner must be one person. The product manager would play a proactive role in project management by also playing the role of the Scrum Master to drive the delivery of the product. The rise of the proposition manager. The product manager role transitions into a product proposition role, which is focused on meshing up different products and capabilities and removing the silos which exist today. New propositions from existing products can be stitched together to solve different customer problems while reducing duplication and improving utilization across the product base. More thinking about business architecture. A shift from pillars to platforms is likely to increase and flourish more as silos are broken down and ecosystem plays continue to prosper across companies and industries. The individual products fade into the background while the platforms begin to thrive and process through different types of transactions supporting many use cases. Understanding business architecture begins to emerge, and it's expected that product managers will get familiarized with this to drive efficiencies. Businesses need to optimize technology spend and get more involved in the technology selection process. Stay lean as possible. Have a lean product management practice by being able to run the product discovery activities with minimal resources. Other examples of activities which the product manager might have to take up include managing the product portfolio, doing low fidelity UX design, facilitate client workshops. The frequency of developing new products and tweaking existing ones will continue to increase. To help in the ideation process, PM should be able to work through prototyping tools themselves to capture user feedback rapidly and replay them back to confirm the same. Drive partner accountability. As ecosystems and the partnership model becomes the norm, product managers will have to proactively engage and build trust with partners and create win-win outcomes. The ability to influence the partner's roadmap and reach exclusivity agreements will be key for your propositions to stand out. There will be a need for new commercial models which will have to be results driven to ensure that everyone has skin in the game. Remote communication. Product managers will need to be comfortable to get in front of clients and run workshops remotely to co-create solutions. While this may sound simple enough to do, it's not so in practice. It's challenging to grasp the details during the remote sessions. The PM needs to sharpen the communication toolkit and find ways to accurately capture the essence of the conversation and replay it back. PMs should be able to strip out the noise and other distractions and be able to logically prioritize what needs to happen next. Proactive market management. With the rapid acceleration of digital-led business models, the product manager has to be thinking a few steps ahead. Gone are the days of the reactive manager. Those who don't become forward-looking are going to be left behind. The PM needs to be able to anticipate what customers will want while looking at emerging trends and behaviors. The first mover advantage of yesteryear is no longer a barrier to entry. Products and propositions can be replicated now very quickly through the advent of various technologies and can even be made better. Customer service matters more than ever. Assuming every firm out there has access to marvelous technology and people, the only differentiator between products then comes down to how products are presented, packaged, priced, and serviced. Never underestimate the importance of customer service in the new digital world. Data-driven insights, decision-making, and risk management. Investment decisions, product roadmap, and backlog grooming will be more data-driven than ever. Businesses will have access to all analytics at their fingertips so decisions can be backed with quality data. Interpretation of data and translating into strategy and actions will be a skill in itself. This is where the proposition managers will play an important role, working through the data together with the product manager. The wild card, I would say, is that a world of freelance product managers could very well become a reality. I could see that product managers become a profession like project management, where product managers just come in to build and then transition the product to someone else. This may only be plausible for senior product managers who have specific domain knowledge, where they come into a company with an execution focus and mindset, while proposition managers become the gatekeepers and the strategists. As we march towards the new year, you should take some time out to think about how your role as a product manager has evolved over the last 12 months. Which new responsibilities have you taken up? Are expectations of your role changing in your company? Start planning your career progression. Talk about your aspirations and get feedback. Engage management to see what the vision for the company is for the next few years and assess what skills you need to pick up and what shortcomings you can improve on. Career upskilling is a journey, and with a growth mindset, you will get comfortable with dealing with change. As professionals, we must be committed to our own growth and chart out the way forward to stay relevant amid the changes around us. If you would like to see more of such perspectives, we do want you to give us that feedback. Subscribe and give us a like, as it shows your appreciation and gives us the motivation to produce material worthy of your time. Thank you for listening to the Product Coach podcast, The Future of Work, the Product Manager of the Future.